Hey there, everybody. Welcome back with the Purplatypus is the name, and welcome to another Octopath Traveler 2 video. Today, we are going to be going over where to get some of the most useful and good abilities early on in Octopath Traveler 2 for our boy Hikari here, sorry. So, the ones we're going to be going over and where to get them are, so far, my 5 favorite abilities that I've found. Meditate, recover 10% of your maximum SP. Pilfer, unleash a dagger attack on a single foe and steal leaves equal to 20% of the damage dealt. Also, now where do you use that money? Everyone in the game, but leaf toss. This ability is super good. Spend 500 leaves to deal the equivalent amount of damage to a single foe. Deep analysis, reveal the HP of the 2 weak points of a foe. But the HP is actually really good. The weak points are good too. And doze. Sleep for 2 turns to regain 50% of your HP. Now, doze, I've only found in one spot, which is in the opening chapter, which I can't get back to because I've already progressed past that. But in the very first town, if you go there, there's a guy by the castle. That's where you get that one. But really, anything that heals your HP is fine. And this is, I think, one of the first abilities that will fall off. But I found it very useful in the early game. But if you have trouble getting this one, and I haven't found another spot for it yet, so keep that in mind. But meditate. The one thing you'll notice very early on, at least I have with Hikari, is that he's very SP dependent for his good abilities, and he drains through it really fast. So just having something so you don't always need to heal. So currently we are in New Delsta. This is Throne's beginning chapter, and actually 3 of the skills we're going to be getting are here. So if you're going with a Hikari start, this could be a very good second place to stop. However, the only way to get there is either to go up to this harbor up here to go directly across, or if you go directly east and you get to Casty's town, you have to take a boat here for 1,000, then another boat here for 1,500. So it costs a total of 2,500 gold just to get over here. Then you got to walk there. So it's not super convenient, but I do think it's worth coming here pretty early into your playthrough if you're starting as Hikari. So very first, we had meditate. As soon as you enter town, let's just take a look. We're outside, right? The very first thing you do when you enter town is you're going to come right to this very first guy right here. Boom. You hit X, meditate. And you can challenge him to a duel. You win it. They are 3 difficulty, but honestly, if you buy like a decent sword, none of the 3 difficulty has been any challenge at all. They've been no problem, especially that latent power is enough. You could just go farm your latent power up and then challenge someone to a duel and you fuck them up. So you're set. And so this could be used in, as with all things, these abilities can scale in combat based on BP. So it goes 10%, 20%, 30%, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% of your SP, which is very, very good. We'll show some of these off in combat. And now, leaf toss, because we're right here. If you actually just come up right next to it, it is convenient that these guys were all together, but these also seem to be like the most powerful and interesting abilities that I found so far. So if you come over here and take a look at this, leaf toss, you challenge him again, another level 3, but this ability is really good because it does 500 damage for 500 gold, which is not very good. However, it will allow you to kill Kates because it'll only deal 5 damage to Kates, but it will do that's enough to kill Kates. The early game Kates only have 5 HP, so on top of having a good way to guaranteed kill Kates, it also has the secondary really powerful ability. Well, if you take a look here, we start with 1 BP, so let's go ahead and change this up really quick. Defend. There we go. All right, so if you have the BP, you could scale this up to actually do 2,000 damage. So 2,000 damage for 2,000 gold is very good. But if we take a look here and we break this guy, and then we spend 2,000 gold here, leaf toss for 2,000. Let's go ahead and slow down the combat to ×1. You see here, boom, you just smack an enemy for 4,000 damage. 4,000. That's like double the highest hit I've done in the game so far through any other means. So this is a super good, probably speed run strat for killing bosses. This will absolutely make the early game super easy. However, it is expensive to finance. But if you're having a really hard time with the fight, this is, I think, in the very early game, this is a perfect cheese strategy. Now, how do you actually finance the money? Another one right here is we got leaf toss. No, that's what we did. We got pilfer. Pilfer is actually very close as well. They're all right by the entrance. So you come in here and you're going to come to this guy guarding the stairs. If you've played Throne's story, you're probably already familiar with this guy. I think you have to be level 16 to get through him, but not for Hikari. He has pilfer, and basically this is just a simple dagger attack, but 20% of the damage it deals is going to come back to you as money. So you do 200 damage, you get 50 money ish, right? 2, 4, 6, 8. You know what? It doesn't matter. Point is, that's about how it's working out. It gives you 20% of the damage you deal back as money. And as you put more BP into this, it actually just increases the damage. It doesn't increase the ratio of money you get, so it doesn't get that much better. But I do feel like this is still a great way. Like, if you're just going through the early game, just fighting normal enemies, you might as well be pilfering to kill things. You know, meditate to get your SP back, and then pilfer to kill things. Then when you get to really tough fights, that's when you have the leaf toss to actually use some of this money you're using. Now, Doze, like I already talked about it earlier, it's just a healing spell. There is a couple other healing spells that are pretty good. In fact, we're just going to come over here. If you just go to like pretty much any church, any religious person, you could find some relatively good healing spells. And there's also ones just like first aid that are around. Like if you just go up to a random enemy, there's like a decent chance you'll just find a healing skill. And even if it's not quite as good, it'll still be like those put you to sleep, but that's pretty much irrelevant because whenever you get hit, you get woken up. And you can also put on counter as a character like this. So you could make it so you counter attack. So if someone hits you while asleep, you'll still attack them. You'll wake up. And it's basically just a really cheap, really efficient heal. But if you just want something to keep yourself alive, Sacred Flames healing. Every time you do an action, it heals you. So this is still pretty good. I actually don't know if that procs after you do a counter attack. But that's another good way to heal. But another reason we came here is for the really, really fucking awesome final ability. Oh no, can we not fast travel up there? All right. You know what? Apparently we can't fast travel up there. Is that for real though? All right. I guess we can't. We're going to walk up there, but this is going to be deep analysis. I guess this will give me a chance to show you how to use this while we're on our way. Plus the video's only been 7 minutes. Let's make it at least 8 minutes. All right. And I'll show you exactly where it's at. Why don't you edit this, Plat? Why don't you fast forward it? Because then I got to edit it. It's so much easier to not edit things. So let's take a look here. Plus it gives me a good chance to show off Hikari and his awesome outfit. So if you come here to deep analysis, reveal the HP and 2 weak points of a foe, and it does scale up. So we could use this here, see his current HP, 261 HP, and now we have all their weaknesses. The only downside of it is I don't like that it doesn't, his HP doesn't stay up. I feel like it kind of should. In case you were looking away when you cast that, you could just like straight up not get the benefit. But still, this is going to be insane for early fights, just until you have better ways to uncover weaknesses. Or if you just kind of like want to know what someone's HP's at, if you're going to overkill them or not, or if you really want to kill them with something like pilfer, or there's some other attacks that you might want to actually deal the finishing blow with, then you can kind of know when they're in range. Also going to be pretty good if you have the hunter with you to make sure you're not accidentally killing the creatures. She does have an attack that helps her, like a false swipe Pokemon move. But if you don't have that or you don't want to use it, you could just also use that to make it a little bit easier. But once you get up here to the church, you're going to come talk to this old lady. She gives you the ability of back pain. Now, back pain is a 0 SP ability that lowers your evasion and your speed. That's not a joke. That's actually what back pain does. That's not what you're going to want to get, but I do really like that ability, and I do recommend running it if you've if you want to be a canonical hero. Because everyone knows fighting comes with back pain in the long run. But you're going to come down to this scholar right here. He has the deep analysis ability. This is actually a very, very easy fight here too. He goes down super quick, and it's an insanely useful ability, especially like these aren't taking the spot of anything that significant. Your character already does a bunch of damage. You can already give him a secondary job or a side job to help them cover more things. And now they're just hitting, and like, because he already hits really hard. These are just like really, really good support abilities in the early game that I think you should consider getting. Anyway, that's going to be it for today. Those are the 5 abilities that I think are worth getting in the early game for our boy Hikari here, as they are all good, and I think that they're going to serve you very well in the upcoming, especially because you don't need like other coverages of physical attacks because you got the Inventor class, baby. It covers everything. Anyway, that's it. Much love. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. If you could share this video, like this video, subscribe, all that jazz, that would be awesome. But if you don't, that's cool too. Keep living life. See you next time. Bye.